Today me and Tom have travelled to Redditch to take a look around a company called Wigpool. So Tom, show me around this place.
Well, have you seen this brown and sharp with a bright yellow door?
No, and you know what, I don't think I've ever seen a machine like this, so talk me through what's going on.
Well, I've never seen a machine like this, and I had to be told how it worked.
Go on
and
then, tell us.
apparently it's all cam driven.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So where Chris is standing over here, you have to change everything by hand. Everything is like on nuts and bolts, and you slide them to change all the tooling, to change how this rotates. So it's quite a manual machine.
Yeah, 100%. So then we've got 3 of these down here, right? And then on the right, we've got a Lynx 220. So this company is a turning company, so they're doing turn parts. A lot of their parts that they've got here, we're allowed to say this, are for Triumph motorbikes. 90% of their volume that they're created is for Triumph motorbikes. What have you got there?
See, I'm not sure what I've got here,
okay,
but they're doing 5,000 a month of these.
5,000 a month?
5,000.
I wonder how much material they're going through cutting this. And tell the viewers about the swarf, Tom.
Oh, yes. Wigpool actually hired a guy whose entire job is just to empty swarf barrels, because they go through that much swarf daily.
Come and have a look at this. How many do you think are in this box, and how long do you think that takes? That's got to take less than a minute and a half, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know, I think you're looking over 2,000 decisions just in this little box.
Yeah, so
that's boxes all the way down.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're all full.
And there's some here, there's some behind us, they're everywhere, they're absolutely everywhere. So Triumph are a huge customer for Wigpool, and as you can see, I think they've been going about 20 years with Triumph, so they're a great subcontract company for Triumph to rely on. And look at this is crazy. So this bar is being fed through, oh, and Tom's got the finished part. This bar is being fed through the machine on a bar feed as well.
And this is how it's finished. And that just looks amazing.
So if we come in here, we can see the end. This was a remnant that come off the end there. So that's the excess that comes off. So what happens is there's already, it has a huge reel go down the side, it chamfers it, and then it parts it off, and it comes out the other end. Tron, what are you doing?
Well, as you can see, swarf barrels are everywhere, and they are all full. So I think...
How much money do you think he makes off the swarf? Not how much money, but he's got to be making some sort of...
Well, as you can see outside, every barrel you see is full. I have never been to a place that creates so much swarf daily. And look at this material store. So they're cutting aluminiums, they're cutting hard steels, they're cutting soft steels, and obviously these machines are running lights out, they're running all the time. So Gordon from Wigpool needs this amount of stock in to be able to replenish his machines. They've all got bar feeders, which means they're running constantly. Another part, so this one's been on a sliding head. So obviously, as you can see, it's been turned. There's some grooving in there, some chamfering, and these are being pinged off day in, day out. Well, I want to show you this machine over here, because as we spoke about the machine over there, which is all cam driven, this one's actually open for you to see. So each one of these is how they actually get the tools to change, how it's all driven. Your speeds and feeds are all from this side, so it all depends how fast. And I find that so amazing. It's good, isn't it? It's just completely different types of engineering. And we were talking about the Triumph parts, but here we've got something completely different. So they're able to do a wide range of components. So this is for a transfer for an oil to pass through. And obviously, as you can see, they're doing hundreds and hundreds of parts up here. We've also got upstairs, which we'll be showing you later on. And Tom has got one in his hand. So we've got 2 stars doing these parts. So they're running 30 bar, aren't they? And this looks like the remnant. Oh my God. So that's the bar that they're using. And that's probably the excess that they'll be able to just stick in the chuck and be able to cut down. But how many parts do you have to be making to have 2 stars running the same part.
To be fair, I think they're, correct me if I'm wrong later, but I think they're running the same parts upstairs.
Oh,
So
no way.
I wonder what the order form for that would be. Oh, Gordon, can you make this amount? Yeah, no problem, because he's got the capacity, he's got the machines to do it. So here we've got a Huachon CNC lathe with static tooling. You've got your chuck in there, and that's making these sorts of parts. So this one hasn't got a bar feeder on the end. This has got to be about 50 mil. You're drilling and boring the insides, and then you're taking it off the top and then putting a chamfer in there as well. So like I said, completely different parts every single time.
And then if we move on to this Doosan, or Gain Solutions as it's now called,
yeah.
but we'll say Doosan for now. They're making these little aluminium parts out of, and like we were saying earlier, the bar is coming out a bar with the hole already in.
Yeah, it's more like a tube, isn't it?
Yeah.
So tubing coming out, and as you can see on most of these machines we've got parts catchers, so the machine is running and running and running. You don't need to open the door to get the part out. And one thing we've noticed as well is they've got all Man and Hummel filtration systems, not just one, not two, we've got 10 that were all installed over 2 days, and it was for health and safety reasons, keeping your staff safe, also changing regulations. You need to have this equipment on your machine. So if you haven't, then please look into getting filtration systems to make your workplace safer. This is a really strange part, isn't it, for everything else that we've saw.
Well, this is a strange part to be on a lathe as well, because as you can see with the back. But what they're actually doing on here is holding. Oh, nearly dropped it. Good catch. He's holding it on this bit to actually finish the turn part on the end. And if I can find one over here, which is actually finished. So as they're holding it, they're just finishing the last bit on the lathe. So I think that's great to see that you don't have to just do round parts on a lathe. There can be some funky stuff.
Some funky stuff, but we're going to go back to circular parts now. So look how small this one is. So obviously that's just turned a little bit and got a drilled hole in it. You've got to be making one of them every 10 seconds. And look, there's thousands of them around. Thousands and thousands. I've never seen, I'm like a kid in a sweet shop. I love it.
What do you think of this?
That looks like a nice bangle, but it won't fit on my wrist. You go that side and
I'll go this side, you go that side. So on my side, I've got some aluminium spacers for Triumph again, which, just look at the finish though. It's such a nice part. And he's doing upwards of 7,500 a month of these. So it must keep the store very busy.
Look at this one as well. So this is a bit different, isn't it? So we're taking a bore out in the middle. That's quite a long part for what we've seen. Sorry, I'm really out of breath running up them stairs, so I apologise for you viewers at home. But like you can see, box after box, and they're still going. They're still having those spindles turning. Tom, what you got down there?
See, I'm excited to show you something down here. And not just because it's got your name on it.
This is really strange. I've come in today to meet Gordon. It wasn't even meant to be me.
So, did you want it as a name badge?
No.
But you're not the cat lady.
I'm a dog lady.
She's not a cat lady, apparently.
But yeah, that was a nice little surprise for me. But talk to me about
have
these.
Have you seen what we've got here?
I've never seen one.
Are amazing.
So what are they?
Pegboard machines.
Okay.
So they are essentially full automatic machines.
Yeah.
But they are programmed by putting the pegs in the right hole.
Okay, so this is your tool station, right? That's your tool station, that's the direction. So you got tool 1, tool 2, tool 3, tool 4. So that's in tool 1, and you put your peg in what you want. Here, spindle direction, you've got clamping force, you've got turret backwards and forwards. How old are these machines?
Well, I don't know how old they are, but
okay.
On the side of one of these machines, I can't remember which one.
Oh yeah, how many parts had it made?
No, 756,000 hours.
Hours?
Hours it had run for.
That's how many I've worked with MTD.
Ooh.
That's why I'm getting grey hair.
So, but the same as what's downstairs, that they're actually finishing them off on these types of machines.
I know, it's just
That's
crazy.
Amazing.
And I'm so happy that we've come to this company today to show you all around and show you the ins and outs of a working machine shop. Oh, we've got another one, look.
Oh.
That's nice and unique, isn't it?
But that's done, I did ask Gordon this, but I think that is done completely on the pegboard
Yeah.
machine.
So we
Yeah,
can have
think
CNC
straight.
machines, we can have the high-spec CNC machines, there's something like this, a pegboard. Pegboard, I've never even seen one before. They're all different, and it looks like a game of battleships to me, with the pegs. I've really enjoyed this sweet swath and chips, have you?
I have enjoyed it, yes.
I've really enjoyed going around and seeing all the different parts that have been made. So just a big shout out to Gordon at Wigpool.